You're tuned in to Floridian Rollo. You are tuning in to Floridian Rollo. I'm your host, Floridian Rollo, and I'm coming at you with another live stream. So, we're going to get right to the nitty gritty. As you enter into the chat, you already know the routine. Salute to the mods, salute to the chat, salute to those who are going to tune in. We're going to talk about the P. Diddy Testify situation that's going on. So without further ado, I'm going to play the clip on my phone. All right? Let's get to it.
Because my next guest just testified before a federal grand jury. He says he was in possession of a trove of digital evidence from Diddy's freak-off party.
He has the evidence of the freak off party. So we're going to find out who the guest is. Let's go.
His name is Courtney Burgess, and he says a friend gave him
His name is Courtney Burgess. Listen.
11 flash drives that belonged to the late Kim Porter.
That belonged to the late Kim Porter. So he has the flash drives that belongs to the late Kim Porter. Listen.
Follow this story, you'll know that Kim Porter is Diddy's ex-girlfriend and the mother of 4 of his kids.
That is correct. The mother of 4 of his children.
On those drives, the witness says 8 videos featured 8 celebrities at Diddy freak-offs or parties.
8 celebrities at Diddy freak-off party. Let's continue.
And that 6 were males, 2 were females.
6 were male, 2 were females. Let's continue.
The drive also included a manuscript of an alleged Kim Porter memoir, a memoir that her 4 kids insist is fake.
So, you know, in her book, she had a memoir, and in the tags of the thing that he testified, they already had the video and tapes of it. All right, let's continue.
Courtney Burgess told his story on a podcast before he told the grand jury today, and after he told the grand jury.
He told his story on one of the podcasts, one of these big podcasts or medium-sized podcasts. Okay, let's continue.
And I mean immediately after, he booked it over to my set, and he and his attorney talked to me. I should tell you that he was very limited in how much detail he could go into about his testimony. And because the 8 people in the videos, the 8 celebrities in the videos were allegedly victims of sex crimes, we know who they are, but we will not be naming them. Famous?
They will not be naming them. They know who they are. They will not be naming them because they don't want that court tag on them. So y'all read between the lines. All right, let's go.
Or not. Here now is my conversation with Courtney Burgess and Ariel Mitchell, who's his attorney, beginning with the question of whether the participants in the video even knew they were being recorded.
Well, we know that if you watch the movie Blink Twice, you know, the lady's daughter, her father's daughter, her mother and father was in the industry. I believe it's Lenny Kravitz's daughter. So she, the one who wrote the movie Blink Twice. And a lot of that information in Blink Twice is a true story. All right? A lot of information. If you haven't checked out Blink Twice, it will tell you what people already been talking about. All right, let's continue.
Were there any cameras in places where you'd assume privacy, like bathrooms?
Yeah, well, I've never been in this house, but the picture, yes. That's what took place.
You're aware of surreptitious cameras that were recording in private places like that?
I didn't see the cameras. You could tell how the person was angled. I knew there was a camera there because I was there, you know.
He has to be mindful and cognizant and speak in code. You, the viewer, have to catch it. Let's go.
I was there. I don't know if the person was too tall, if he was holding or whatever, but I wasn't there.
May I ask you this, Courtney? And Ariel, you can jump in on this as well, but I want to hear from Courtney first. Your home was raided by federal authorities, and I assume it is because of this material. Is that true?
I wouldn't say that.
He's going to have to let the lawyer speak for him. He wants to be mindful and cognizant. Did they go to his place? We're going to hear what the lawyer say. He don't want to get into specifics because he's still dealing with the investigation. All right, let's continue.
They just went to every one of them looking for me. They said, the paperwork said the 24th, that I had to be there the 28th, and then it was the 27th. That's I can't make it there. That's tomorrow. So I don't know. From the look of it, it was 4 days.
And I want to be.
The reason why he's not sure is because he was bombarded with different authorities, different officials, cause, of course, get it, and all that. So he was dealing with a lot. Y'all get the drift. Let's go.
Yes, when we talk about raid, we're talking about when a subpoena is served for documents, a search warrant, or an arrest warrant. In this situation, Mr. Burgess was not in any way, shape, or form had a search warrant or an arrest warrant issued for him. It was just them serving a subpoena. So when the federal government needs to serve a subpoena, they use the Marshal Service to come to all of your residences if you have more than one resident.
That is correct. If you have more than one resident, they have to serve the subpoena, and the marshals is the only one who could go to those places. Okay? That's what they're assigned for. So that lets you know you could have more than one place. And if you're doing something, they have to assign a particular camp individual of authority to go and see what's going on. All right. So the lawyer is speaking. You know he's allowing his lawyer to speak because anything you say will be used against you. So that's when you have the lawyer to make sure you're good for the most part. Let's go.
So in this situation, they sent marshals to all of Mr. Burgess's residences, and that was somehow construed or understood or turned into a raid, but he did not face a raid. It was just to serve him a subpoena. Ariel.
Okay, so the lawyer said that it was just to serve his subpoena to me looking for information. All right, let's continue. Let's see what the lady says.
Do you believe that the subpoenas were issued and executed based on the federal authorities' knowledge that these flash drives existed and had this kind of compromising material? I think it was based on statements that Mr. Burgess made in a prior interview.
Correct. That means they always watch everybody. That confirms it. Ringo was the first one to talk about that. Matter of fact, I used to talk about that on other platforms. They watching your channels. You don't know who's watching your channel. You know what I'm saying? So this confirms it. You never know who's watching your channel. You be thinking, oh, I'm not being watched by certain people. Yes, you are. Especially if they're trying to get you involved in certain things. All right. If you're not mindful and cognizant. Let's continue.
And those statements include descriptions of what the witness says he saw on those tapes. So I'm
looking at my phone. My phone, okay?
Given the limitations imposed on him after testifying before the grand jury.
All right, so we're going to hear. Hold on one second. We're going to hear the testimony, all right? Before we hear the testimony, let me just clarify. We may know who's on those tapes. Usual names that certain people put out. And I'm going to say allegedly. However, 2025, I will not say allegedly because the mayor of New York will be stepping down or being apprehended 2025. Some political leaders, some sports people. It's going to be a lot of changes in 2025, y'all. For real, for real. Get ready. It's about to get really crazy. Anyway, we'll get to that after this.
8 celebrities, 6 men, and 2 women. How many of those 8 celebrities were close to being underage or potentially underage? 2 males. And up.
Hold on, let me rewind that because I got a message from another. I'm getting messages from people. Hold on one second. All right, let's hear that again.
And those statements include descriptions of what the the witness says he saw on those tapes. So I asked him about that, and he answered what he could, given the limitations imposed on him after testifying before the grand jury. Out of those 8 videos, 8 celebrities, 6 men and 2 women, how many of those 8 celebrities were close to being underage or potentially underage?
2 males.
You heard 2 males. All right, let's continue.
2 males. And of those 8 celebrities, how many of them were intoxicated or under the influence of drugs?
This is going to be all speculation. I just want to preface it by he wouldn't know if
Appear to
they
be.
were right.
Sure.
Appear to
Let me
be
rephrase
right,
it.
based on yes.
Understand. Out of the 8 celebrities,
She had to jump in because she got to make sure her client doesn't get countersued or she has to deal for a lot more paperwork. So she hopping on the right time to correct the host. The host is pretty much want to get to the point. He has to be cognizant of what he's saying. All right, let's continue.
who were recorded having intimate relations with Sean Combs, how many of them appear to be either inebriated or intoxicated or under the influence?
All of them. All of them.
Out
You
of
heard?
those 8, how
You heard of it? All of them. All of them. Let's continue.
many appear to be potentially victimized? How many might have been victimizing?
I think all,
He think all. Let's continue.
to be honest. All.
Were victims
They
or
victims.
were perpetrating?
Victims.
They were all 8 were victimized,
Yeah.
meaning this was happening to them and they were inebriated.
Right. Not knowing, I guess, how much proof it was in it, but they was doing.
Y'all gotta watch the movie Blink Twice and give you the detail. That's all I can tell you. If you haven't seen Blink Twice, go see it, download it, pay for it for 24 hours, or you want to download it and pay for eternity on YouTube. If I'm not mistaken, it's on YouTube or one of these websites where you could watch it and pay for the thing. All right, let's continue.
And of those 8, how many seemed to be potentially minors?
2 to 3. There possibly 3.
Man, that's a
2
lot.
to 3.
That's a
Also on
lot.
the flash drives, Courtney, was a
Basically, that's a lot of suspected people. He's just saying 2 to 3 that he know of. All right, let's continue.
what looked to be a manuscript written by, it appears, a woman who had taken Kim Porter's private journals and had written a book. Is that accurate?
We don't know. We don't know how. Yeah.
I don't know how.
Of course, the lawyer had to jump into that very quickly. He got to say, I don't know that. You know what I'm saying? There's certain things he cannot touch on. You know, legality, you know what it's called. He can't engage in certain conversations because he have a legality docket on him from P. Diddy and the rest of the people. With that form you sign, once you sign that form, you're not off that form. You know, there's certain things you can't talk about. You just could say, I've seen certain things. You just can't talk about it. Especially when you sign that form. All right, let's go.
Who wrote it, put it together, but it was from her when I spoke to her.
What you received on the flash drives, was it the completed book or was it notes from Kim Porter that later were made into a book?
It was completed. It's only 60,
Okay.
only about 54 pages.
Sure, and in the beginning it says, Kim made me promise that if something happened to her, I would make sure this book became public to the world. The way Sean moved, I knew that was a promise I would have to fulfill. Kim knew I was a woman of my word. And this.
So basically, Kim knew that she was going to tell it and that it could cause her to be unalive, which happened. So they let you know that a lot of people get unalive for different reasons, okay? Let's continue.
Book was going to make it to print. So it sounds like it is a woman who wrote up the notes from Kim Porter. Does that sound accurate?
It's how you read it, yes. I haven't even read the book.
Do you know who the woman is?
No.
I can't say he's lying, and I don't believe he's telling the truth. I'm 50-50 with that one. So allegedly he's lying, allegedly he's telling the truth. Because I have to say allegedly, because they do watch my videos, okay? Especially with a high profile case like this. Yeah, they watching. Let's continue.
And to be clear, he received it in its complete form. So I think just to make sure we have some clarity here, the manuscript that Mr. Burgess received was already in its complete form.
You see how she talking? She got to convenient intervene. We have Goten in the house. What's going on, Goten? Mrs. Doya Eyes TV, good to see you. I see you over by Ringo and Brainwaves. What's going on? She says she's also 50-50. I hear you on that. All right, let's continue to hear the video, what the lawyer has to say.
It's not that he edited it or changed anything.
Got it.
He did give it to someone
Makes
else
sense.
who then edited it, but that's not how he received it.
Okay, so Ariel, did your client Courtney receive the book from the woman who seems to have written it, saying, "I'm a woman of my word, and this book is going to make it to print"?
He has to know certain things. It's just that they can't talk about it because they have a docket. He has a docket connected to those people. He signed the dotted line. There's certain information he can't tell. He has to keep that secret to, his passing, unalive. I mean, certain people know certain things. You just got to read between the lines. You, the viewer, know these people speak in code. Even Christ spoke in code, for various reasons. Even the disciples spoke in code for righteous reason. So it's a matter of you, the viewer, peep game. I'm going to say this before I continue to hear what they're saying. The days of partying is coming to a close. I've been peeping a lot of things with the scenes. They're making adjustments. They're making changes. Certain ladies out here are being cognizant of who they're dealing with. Certain men are being cognizant of who they're interacting with. There's a lot going on in the industry. A lot of people are not making moves like they used to because P. Diddy's about to bring them all down with him. He's going to bring them all down, whether it be from the political realm, from the sports realm, even on YouTube. It's going to be a lot of changes. It's already beginning now, and now it's sunny outside. It's sunny outside, It was dark earlier when y'all heard me talk about it a little bit outside. So I'm telling y'all, it's going to be a lot of changes, especially with the mayor of New York 2025. He's not going to be mayor. He's either going to step down or they're going to arraign him. And New York ain't going to be the same. Chicago ain't going to be the same. LA going to be the same. A lot of these northern states is about to get a wake-up call, because a lot of these entities are doing things unnaturally to the people. And a lot of people's catching on. Even some of these companies, it's going to be making some changes. So you might be working for a company that's dealing with certain entities, and you might start noticing difference happening around you, your environment. So just be cognizant of what you share with people. I can't remember the movie, everybody's trying to get one up for the most part on you, not the people that's in the truth. The people that's not in the truth or the people that claim to be in the truth, who don't want to see you have anything in these latter times. However, the Most High makes sure that he has us in places we need to be for his liking and to keep the message going. You get what I'm saying? So let's continue to hear the downfall of music in the entertainment world in the political assignments. Let's go.
I don't know if he received it from a man or a woman. He can answer.
I received it from a man. I tell you, somebody she was dating.
She received it from a man to somebody she's dating. Hey, my thing is doing My thing is moving by itself. Hold on. What's going on? My thing is pressing by itself. Absolutely 100, she says. Yeah, my thing was moving by itself. That's probably because Door Eyes TV was saying something. Let me leave my clicker on the message board. All right. Pretty much somebody she was dating knows about the situation. And so he can't say the name, of course. He has to keep that confidential. Let's continue.
Do you know if the notes from the book really were from Kim Porter?
It was, yes, because I spoke to her probably like 6 hours before I received it.
You spoke to Kim Porter?
Yes.
So
He spoke to Kim Porter 6 hours before she was unalived. Notice the number 6. We're going to hear part of that 6 a lot. So 6 hours prior to her being unalived, the book was already done. Let's continue.
Just saying hi.
Okay.
Just saying hi.
Okay, Ariel, go ahead and give me clarity on the timeline.
No, I'm trying to get him to provide clarity of was there a conversation with
No,
her?
I was
Or
talking to the person and he said, hold up, this is Courtney B right here. Let me say something to him. He said, I know him, put me on speaker. Then that's how we end up speaking.
and then later somebody brought somebody else came and brought you the manuscript.
Right. Before I left ATL.
Before he left Atlanta. Before he left Atlanta and went to his other place. You know she has to get him corrected, right? Because it's details they cannot talk about even on this mainstream. He might have said more. I have to look into what content creator he went to. One of these, Big Cheese, Say Cheese, one of these big content creators, that, have these different people on every single time. Makes you want to know what type of detail people they deal with, allegedly. Let's continue.
To the best of your knowledge, Courtney, do you believe that the manuscript is truly based on Kim Porter's diaries? Because there is a lot of dialogue in there. It is pages and pages of actual dialogue, which, I can't remember breakfast today, let alone dialogue from 5, 10, 15, and 20 years ago.
I guess this is a woman's score. You understand? Maybe.
How can it be a woman scorn? Dude, that's not a woman scorn. You see what he's doing? That's not a woman scorn. She was letting people know about her life and what she was dealing with, what she was involved in, what she got engaged in. She wasn't really in it. He did something to her to get her into those parties. That's why you have to see Blink twice. If you haven't seen the movie Blink twice, go see the movie Blink twice. Pay for it on YouTube. Either you want to pay for 24 hours or you want to pay for the movie and keep it, as a save. Or you go to one of these websites where you pay and watch the movie. You have to see Blink twice. It tells you a lot about what's going on right now. All right, let's continue.
What she been through is, I'm not a woman, so I'm just going by how I got female friends and relatives. They always come to the house scoring because what went on in their relationship.
I'm shaking. I'm like this. Oh my goodness, dude! What does have to do with the talking point? Why are you talking about other relationships? What women and men go through? We're talking about Kim Porter. Stick to the subject. This guy has no experience with ladies. Obviously, he does not. Respect to this guy. He does not have experience with ladies. Anyway, let's go.
And you can't, when you score, you can't forget it.
Important to stop down here for a moment and note again that Sean Combs is accused.
You hear this? So you expect her to forget what happened to her. You know what happened to her. She trusted you to put the information out. And now you're on this major platform. You forget, you all twisting. I'm telling you, people, these guys is something else. All right, let's go to another tape. This is what we're gonna do. We're gonna go to Ticket TV. Hold on one second. Let me go to Ticket TV. Let me go to Ticket TV right now because I think Ticket TV has the tape. You know, he's connected to certain people. So hold on one second. Fair use, Ticket TV. You know, I rock with your platform. I gotta play your video because I can't find the actual tape. Hold on, let's see if he got the tape. Hold on one second, y'all.
And because the 8 people in the videos, the 8 celebrities in the videos were allegedly victims of sex crime, we know who they are, but we will not be naming them, famous or not. Here now is my conversation with Courtney Burgess and Ariel Mitchell.
Okay, so it's the same thing. He got the same thing. Okay, so we're listening to the same video. Hold on one second. Let me see something. Let's go to Mayor Adams. Hold on. Let's go to Mayor Adams. Hold on. All right, fair use. Hold on.
In other stories happening today, Mayor Adams is due in court for a hearing on his criminal corruption case. His lawyers hope to toss out one of the charges against the mayor, but the prosecution remains determined to keep it in place.
Eyewitness News reporter AJ Burkett live this afternoon in Lower Manhattan with more on what we can expect this afternoon. AJ?
Yeah, that's right, Cedric. You know, the defense insists that this is simple, that the bribery allegations don't fit the federal bribery charge. So, yes, they're going to ask the judge to dismiss the bribery charge.
Do you know how much the taxpayer have to pay? Do you know how much the taxpayer have to pay for all these court cases, whether it be for Trump, whether it be for Adams, whether it be for Diddy? The taxpayer have to pay for this. Now, I'm hearing through the grapevine, you know, if Trump gets in office, that he's going to remove the taxes. You know, nobody have to pay taxes. Well, we know that the reason why taxes were involved is because our people have fallen from grace and we had to pay the landowners, as Ringo was talking about. We have to pay these certain people, you know, these political affiliates. See, this is the reason why a lot of stuff has to be taken down, whether it be the industry, political arrangements, the list goes on. You're going to start seeing a different change in the economics 2025. So buckle up your seat. Get ready. It's going to be bumpy for most people. I'm not pushing no fear, doom, and gloom. It's just that it's time for the righteous to rule. Ever since we had that eclipse earlier this year and the recent one, things are starting to show for what they are. Everything's being revealed. And like I talked about with Selena, I seen a lot of things. And I seen a lot of things last night. I wasn't in fear. I had to take care of myself getting in health. You know what I'm saying? Because I did a lot of work on the internet yesterday, and I had to put some reps in the late night. And I seen some things that were abnormal. At the same time, I'm not in fear. They know who I am. I know who they are. I just don't get down with those type of events. You get what I'm saying? So like the city of New York, Diddy going down, everybody going down. Adams go down, it's going to be a ricochet effect. When Diddy go down, the list goes on. Y'all know who's next online. That's why everybody's trying to proclaim and try to put things in certain places, certain locality. You can't hide from these people. That goes to show you that they could find missing children. That goes to show you that they know what's going on. If they could find all these evidence on the computer, all these phones, the list goes on. They can find the people that's missing. Okay? Let's just keep it real. Well, all this technology from the fallen ones, from the Most High, you get what I'm saying? Because the Most High is the technology. See, what happened was that fallen ones used the music technology to get people to do the things we see today. You know, this is why you have to invest in your children as a parent and let them know right from wrong and let them know there's things that they may need to know at a certain point in their life. You have to restore those boundaries, because if you don't, they could get caught up in these things that we're seeing right now. You get what I'm saying? Because it wouldn't surprise me, allegedly, Mayor is doing the same thing that Diddy is doing. They all in bed with each other. And the Most High is exposing his skirts, as the Bible said that the daughter of Babylon's skirts will be revealed to the whole world. Okay? Let's continue.
At this point as to when the judge will rule on all of that. But this is all part of a defense effort to chip away at the government's case. For Mayor Adams, round 2 begins today as his legal team attempts to get the government's bribery charge dismissed. Adams pleaded not guilty in September, accused of conspiring with Turkish citizens and government.
I told you during the fall and during the winter, they got to make adjustments. The thing is, the ones above them is also going down too. Because, see, if Trump gets in office, he's taking down his family and the rest of the crew. You know, there's always one in the family that, you know, don't like what's going on and they want to do right by the people. So even though they know where they're going, there's always one in the family that will take down the family values of wickedness. I'm not here to say you have to like Trump or believe in Trump. We believe in the Most High. He is the governor of all government. However, let's just keep it real that he has put, you know, before she was gone, Queen Elizabeth, a lot of them on the ankle bracelet. That's a fact. Hillary Clinton, the list goes on. A lot of them was locked up and they couldn't do what they want to do. The Most High could use these entities, you know what I'm saying, like the Ring of Solomon, to make them do certain things you cannot even imagine. Just like King Nebuchadnezzar, before King Nebuchadnezzar became something else. The Most High used anybody for his people to do what they need to do. So time will tell. And it's true. Before any civilization is done, a woman takes over. A wicked woman takes over. Just like King Herod's wife took over. See, there's a lot of things that's in the book that's not being revealed. That's in these Catholic churches because they took out a lot of information and scattered it in other books. And it's a lot going on, y'all. We're going to start seeing a lot of things being revealed. Okay, so don't get discouraged. Continue to do what you're supposed to do as a man, as a woman, and just pay attention to what's around you, what's going on. Because like Ringo stated, in retrospect, yeah, he's in the HOA political environment. He's starting to see the things I'm familiar with, you know, because in Florida, they don't have too much HOA. It depends on what part of Florida. So you got maneuver. The point is, these are the things you have to start listening to the men of the Lord, fellas and ladies. Some of you are fully aware because a lot of these political people, you know, they're falling apart right in front of our faces because they're being judged. So we have to be mindful because we're being judged too. All right, let's continue.
Officials to get tens of thousands of dollars in luxury hotel suites, business class airfares, and thousands of dollars in illegal campaign contributions. His attorney claims Adams was left in the dark about the donations. As for the upgrades, the defense claims they were routine gratuities and were not illegal. Prosecutors say the value of the upgrades was far from routine and cited the mayor's alleged attempts to cover them.
See, he realized when he agreed with the presidential and he realized it's affecting his pockets, I don't think he's concerned about the New Yorkers' pockets, to be honest. He's not concerned about the New Yorkers' pockets. When his pockets started getting affected, just like Diddy, the list goes on, because they all interconnected. Because he's taking down everybody with him. Diddy's taking down the mayor of New York, certain presidents, certain political affiliates, certain people throughout certain parts of the world that's infatuated with the daughter of Babylon, and the list goes on. It's going to be crazy mayhem, to the point officers have to be mindful of who they really for. It's going to be crazy, y'all, 2025. Anyway, the point is that the mayor, Diddy, none of them care about the regular folks. See, the regular folks don't realize that you put these people in position. You don't put the Most High first. You don't represent Christ like you're supposed to. You don't take care of your family household. Most people right now want to live like Diddy, want to live like Jay-Z, want to live like, you ladies want to live like Beyonce. Those people are never happy because they didn't get it the right way. Just because they driving this, driving that, living here, living there, travel here, they miserable. And you want to follow miserable people, even some of the low tiers on the internet. They're not happy. They got homes, cars, this and that. They worry, depressed, losing their mind. You're thinking they're getting all this money. They got all these women. Some of you women got a lot of men, because a lot of these ladies in the industry juggling different men, and they're not even satisfied because they spirit all wire up with different men. Some of you dudes deal with a lot of women that's out of pocket. Now you out of pocket, and the list goes on. So that's what's happening. And so when they look at me, or they look at Ringo, or they look at Brainwaves, or they look at some of you ladies and fellas in the chat, you're just doing your normal thing, minding your business, staying connected, not getting into everybody's business because you got your own nefarious affairs you're dealing with in your own household. So they don't like that. It's very strange for most of these people because they're used to being around wicked. So when they see one light, they get irritated with that light to the point they don't know how to deal with you. They don't know how to talk to you. They don't know how to break bread with you, support you. You get what I'm saying? It's a lot of crazy stuff going on. So let's continue, y'all.
Last month, the government said additional charges could be forthcoming, but the mayor continues to insist it's business as usual.
Business as usual, meaning he's going to take the taxpayers' money, do what he loves to do, and don't care about the minute of the city of New York and the citizens thereof. One of the moderators, put my Cash App in the chat if you don't mind. I have a couple of mods in here, if I'm not mistaken. Corey, put my Cash App. Maybe people want to support, because right now I'm focusing on the message, So we got Chris in the building. What's going on? Salute, Chris. How you doing, Rich? Yisraella? All right, let's continue.
Giving fiery speeches,
Never surrender.
even attending security briefings. Governor Kathy Hochul, who has the power to remove Adams from office, urged the mayor to clean house.
Urge the mayor to clean house. She has the power to move Mayor Adams. Why she haven't moved Mayor Adams? Because she's going to have to step down too. Yes, she's going to have to step down. Let's rewind the video again. Listen.
Who has the power to remove Adams from office, urged the mayor to clean house. And after a series of high-level resignations, she has praised.
That's about what? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. About 10 people. And counting.
Him for doing so.
I feel he has done what I asked him to do, which was to clean house. You have seen a lot of changes over the last couple weeks, and especially this week. The naming Maria Tory Springer as his first deputy mayor, that is a very significant change.
She told him, you better remove everybody. Significant change. I wonder why significant change over the last month or so. or the last few months. So she got her team in there. She got her special team in there because she's trying to get herself cleaned and her record clear. Excuse me, y'all, for burping. It's natural. Anyway, let's go.
Despite abysmal poll numbers and a majority of New Yorkers saying he should resign, the mayor has remained.
A lot of New Yorkers want him to resign. Let's rewind it again. Listen.
And a majority of New Yorkers saying he should resign, the mayor has remained defiant. Here's what he told us 3 weeks ago.
I did nothing wrong. I hate I'm going through this. I should not be going through.
He said he don't like going through this. He said he hates going through this. I shouldn't be going through this. No, you've been messing up the people. The people's going through it, and they're tired. And this is the biggest exodus in New York history. It's going to continue to be an exodus. And the only reason why the governor wants to clean it up is because a lot of people leaving upstate too, which where a lot of the money is at. The trustees. You can't have no taxes if you have a lot of top percent or 10, 15% moving to the south. Let me explain something to y'all. New York, the New Yorkers should pay no taxes because they don't have the type of funds to keep the city afloat. They're borrowing from certain entities. And what happens is that's why it's too many third parties. You know how I know? Because when I apply for certain places, there's third party, particular end parties want your personal information, and they're not even from America. And this is what happens when you have a diabetic laying in bed with certain civilizations that was once prominent and going to be prominent just for 1 hour, and they're going to see their own demise too. Anyway, let's continue. Thank you, Corey, for putting the cash app.
Yes, I've served the city well, and anyone that did an analysis of what is being said about me is a lie and is wrong. And
He's saying the residents of New York City he's saying that you're a liar and you should be ashamed of yourself. Let's rewind it again. The arrogancy of this guy, the nerve of this guy.
And anyone that did an analysis of what is being said about me is a lie and is wrong. And I'm not going to surrender to lies. I'm not going to surrender to anyone distorting or besmirching my name.
Oh, so he's saying if you're doing something to his name, he's going to have a bone to pick with you. Expect the email from the lawyer. What? This is a public platform, Mayor. You making idle situations of thin air? You guilty? Guilty as charged, Mayor.
Now, the hearing here gets underway at 2 p.m. As for the bribery charge, both sides will have 20 minutes to make their case. And although prosecutors have said that additional charges could be forthcoming, additional charges, if there are any, are not expected to be announced today. We're live in Lower Manhattan and Jay Burke at Channel 7 Eyewitness News.
I'm not done yet. Hold on. We're going back to P. Diddy in a second. 1 second, y'all. 1 second. We're going back to P. Diddy right now. Let me type the information in. Continue to get the lights up. Continue to get the lights up if you're tuning in. Thank y'all for those who's been subscribing to the channel. Appreciate it. Just hit the thumbs up on your way in so that more people will watch this video. That's part of support. Thank you so much. All right, so without further ado, let's go to another clip. Hold on 1 second. One second, y'all. In this short, this is the last time that P. Diddy seen in New York, all right? So I'm going to show you the short on my phone. Here we go. Look at it. Look at it. That's him right there, taking photos with people. That's his last time out in public. He knew his time was short right then and there. He knew his time was short, y'all. Look at him. He with the young ladies. He with the young ladies. He with the young ladies. I don't know if that's, hold on. Somebody with matchmakers. I don't know. They're talking about match. Oh, somebody pointing to their matchmakers to watch their matchmaker show. Y'all see that? He's with the young ladies and some other young guy and his protege. Yep, that's his last time. He out there in Manhattan, somewhere in Manhattan. Yep. Yeah, some guy with these young ladies. Hold on. Okay. So I got the TMZ aftermath. We're going to listen to the TMZ aftermath. Okay, I got this footage. Let's hear it.
What if everything?
All right, let me let the commercial go through. Fair use, fair use, fair use.
Oh, wow. So, David, so were you surprised or was that the part that you were kind of waiting for?
Surprise.
Oh. Do you feel like the interview had anything to do with it or?
Yes.
Yeah? How do you know Sean Combs?
Generation. Frank Lucas, my godfather.
Frank Lucas was his godfather. So this guy is an OG out in them Harlem streets. And we know that P. Diddy's father, I forget the guy's name, P. Diddy's father used to be out in them streets hustling back in the days. Let's rewind the video. Listen, y'all. So this guy was out there in them streets, which I knew. It's just the simple fact that we had to get the testimonial because his name is familiar. All right, let's continue.
As of 2 weeks ago, they haven't been in contact with you. What about today?
Yes.
So they have been in contact with you. Is that why you're here today?
Yes.
Okay.
Security.
Oh, wow. So, David, so were you surprised or was that the part that you were kind of waiting for?
Surprise.
Oh. Do you feel like the interview had anything to do with it or?
Yes.
Yeah? How do you know?
Of course the interview had to do with it. They watching everybody's videos about P. Diddy. They watching everybody's videos, whether it's a small content creator or a large platform. You get on these platforms, they've been watching, like Ringo said. I've been saying that for a long time. Salute to Ringo. I've been telling y'all, you never know who's watching. I've been saying that to other platforms I don't deal with no more. I know they watching my channel right now. They're in the clouds watching. I used to go by certain platforms and said that. I am the protege of telling y'all on certain platforms I used to rock with that these things be going down because I could observe. I was a C-lister. I didn't do none of those acts. I didn't sign no DNA or NDA, non-disclosure. I didn't sign none of that. I could talk about certain things. I've seen the red door. I've seen the blue door. I know all about that. Certain activities I'm aware of. Certain people getting certain cliches and niches. I've seen it all. That's why I could talk about certain things. Because I've been around certain ladies, certain fellas, people you will be shocked will be doing crazy things for change. Okay? Salute to Forever Studio in the building. And shout out to Forever Studio for supporting the Cash App again. I appreciate the support. Carmel Kimmy Kim, you see your brother looking nice now. Hey, your brother looking nice now. They're going to be like, that's Frollo's twin. I ain't got no twin. This is me, okay? I'm looking good right now. Even when I had my beard, I was getting attention from the ladies. But now I don't got the beard. I'm clean cut. You know them male hater platforms upset, all saying I ain't got no funds. You still stuck in New York. You ain't going back to Florida, worrying about what food I'm making. Hey, the ladies love my food. The ladies love my food. Why are some guys worrying about my food so much? Looking into my food. Oh, he's making those meatballs. He's showing spaghetti. I love to do different content. I'm not a boring person. You know, the ladies like, put some extra things, I get that. Shout out to the ladies. Some of the fellas, like, yo, Rollo, okay. Because they want me to be on their platforms, talking long hours about the women. Listen, I love smacking cheeks. I love laying on breasts. I love caressing breasts. And I love seeing them cheeks smacking, okay? In a respectful way, of course. It is what it is, man. Grow up. Do your thing over there. Get to the money. But more importantly, whatever message y'all got going on, I don't do those. Talk about those things. You got to grow up. Deal with reality. Anyway, so it's good to see you, Carmel, Kimmy, Kim, salute to Forever Studio, and Rich Yarella, and those who's viewing in the clouds. Shout out to the fellas and ladies. All right, let's continue to hear what this OG has to say that was in the know. Let's go.
Generation. Frank Lucas was my godfather and his father. And then we focused on music business for 30 years together.
So you personally know him had
No person.
Sean Combs.
Not personally.
But you know of him, he knows of you.
Yeah.
You know of him, he know of you. You know of his father because he was working for Lucas and other people. Okay, let's get it going.
I used to be in Tupac, Hussein Fatal. He stopped a lot of my music. A lot of other people they came out. You understand? It's not around today.
Right, so
She was from Def Jam Records.
he made a lot of.
Yep, Def Jam Records. I recognize him from Def Jam Records. Jay-Z, Jigga. He was helping out Jay-Z. Let's continue.
Investigations, right? Are you expected to eventually turn those things over, or
That's what we're going to head over to do now. So we have a hearing now to determine what we're going to do in terms of what documents we'll have to turn over, what documents we.
You know, them type of ladies don't play. See, he got a lady that don't play. She's like the real deal. Like ladies I grew up with. Like they hold it down for their men. Even when their man is doing wrong, they kind of hold it down for their men. And being loyal to a fort. You know what I'm saying? Door Eyes TV says, Rollo and chat, do you believe people know when the proverbial time is up? Absolutely. Yeah, some of them know their time is up. You know when you've done so much wrong, you know when that door's knocking, like for certain individuals like New Breed, Mark the Messenger, Trend Genius, why you think they're trying to run it up as much as possible? Pushing this doom and gloom, pushing fear. Now they're talking about politics. Now they're talking about relationships. Remember I said they're going to talk about these things. You got epic mindsets talking about modern women and talking about modern men. They flipping all through the confines. You see how I know what they're going to talk about and they talk about it? You got them bowing down to DoorDash. Didn't I tell y'all that they're going to bow down to DoorDash and that DoorDash is the female version of New Breed? And how Ringo exposed her last night in the wee hours of the AM, showing you she have multiple personality accounts. Didn't I tell y'all that Epic will talk about her and that they all connected? And that no less than 2 days, they've been, Rollo ain't talking about me, so I'm just going to talk about it. Yes, you have to talk about it to prove to the audience that I know exactly what's going on. They're like, well, he ain't talking about my leader. I don't need to talk about your leader. Your leader is telling on himself on Halloween. He looking depressed. He didn't get no treat from no woman. There's women behind the scenes who's trying to get up with me, trying to figure out how to get to New York. They're not saying it. I know. And they know I'm going to keep it private unless they want to let it be known public. Hey, I want to go on Rollo's channel live. This is my man, this and that and the third. You know, I know he got a lady in Jamaica. He's talking with the model from Arizona. She's doing her thing. So what's up with me and you, Rollo? Well, if they ready, they ready. It is what it is. You don't see me forcing no woman to be with me. Yet there's some women that's interested in me. Epic, you trying to get some ladies. You falling for them love tactics in your comment section. Do you know if that's actually a woman? One thing I know, the women that watches my platform, I know they ladies because I talk to them face to face on Instagram, talking about serious stuff, putting them on to certain things they need to look into. You can't even get past first base, Epic, new breed. You got to get somebody to help you get a lady. I don't need nobody to help me get a lady. Even Diddy, even Kim Porter used to send Diddy women. You heard what Gene said, that he couldn't get women back in the days, that he went to certain guys who had the ill factor to get women, just like Jay-Z. He couldn't get, somebody put him on to Beyonce. Come on, ladies, y'all know that to be the case. Some of these guys, they can't get women on their own. You know that. Just like New Breed, he can't get women on his own. Mark the Messenger definitely can't get women on his own, and neither these other characters. Look how they talk. Even if I look with a beard that will be 2 months, 3 months in, and they could be dressed and fly, and I still will pull a lady before them. Even if I don't have a haircut for 2-3 months, I still could pull a lady before these cronies, before P. Diddy and the rest of them. They have to do certain things to get a woman's attention. They got to put something in her drink. They got to put something in her food. I don't got to do none of that. What do I need to do that for? I'm going to say, listen, let me look at your eyes. My eyes is telling your eyes that you really want me. You really want me? You sure you're down? You ready to roll? You ready to get down to business? I see them eyes looking at me up and down. I could tell that you have the mirror on me. You're infatuated with what you see, right? Right. So I tell you what, when you're ready, let me know. I'll be chilling. She gonna be like, oh, that's so nice of you. I say, I ain't gonna be too nice in that bedroom. You're gonna learn. Don't let the belly fool you. Any of my exes know what I'm talking about. Oh, you ain't hear no woman complain. Yes, I got a belly, but you ain't hear no woman complain. I'm just saying, I'm just putting it out there. I'm just putting it out there. Ain't no woman ever complained. None of my exes or any woman I currently deal with. Don't let this belly fool you. And I'm very confident what I'm saying. Because you got guys that, oh, well, he's fat. He's fat, so ain't no way he could keep up with a woman. Then why Charity didn't complain? I don't deal with her. Why she ain't complain? You think the women were saying what they were saying? I didn't listen to those videos. I'm just giving y'all a straight up analysis. That's why New Breed was insecure. Pause. You worried about what I'm doing with a woman in my bedroom? That's how the mayor is, and all these guys. They want to know, how can you keep up with a woman? This is sick, man. These guys have to do extra curriculum to keep up with guys who don't have to do all of that to get a woman aroused, to get a woman to be into them. Notice I say a woman of age. Let's continue.
So why were you recording?
Just to give testimony to the grand jury. He was subpoenaed by the court, so as we all know, if you don't answer a subpoena, the marshals will come to your house as they came to his house and they will bring you here. So that's why we're here today.
I know you can't mention celebrities per se. You did mention some in the interview. So just to clarify, you can back that up with actual factual footage.
We have, it's things that we have, but we got to go to the other courthouse. So I don't know if that's any more questions, but we got another hearing to go.
Are you nervous or do you feel?
I ain't never nervous. Only thing's fair to me is God.
I know you did mention what was on the flash drive.
So basically, he say he's not nervous. Okay, they just walking back and forth. Listen, let me know if y'all can hear it, because TMZ. Listen, they got these. They supposed to be having the most expensive, the best thing. It's like listening to an after game. When you watch the highlights and then you hear the players. Like, honestly, Ringo got better equipment. Brainwaves got better equipment. I definitely got better equipment, especially when I touched down to Florida. You have certain content creators who have better equipment than these people who have a multi-million mega business. It goes to show you things are changing. We getting a better quality than the people that's supposed to have the quality and a tax write-off. You get what I'm saying? Anyway, let's continue.
Would you be able to kind of go over that now, or is that something that you can't discuss?
No, we're trying to discuss that now. What we will be able to talk to in terms of what was available or what was on those flash drives.
Okay.
But it was the book. So
it is Kim Porter's book, but not necessarily some of the stuff with the celebs that were mentioned besides.
It's nobody touched it.
Oh, so it is her official book.
Yes.
And
It is an official book, okay? Let's continue.
and no one touched it.
Nobody altered it. Nothing.
So it's not the copy that the gentleman said that he was selling before. No.
No.
it's two different copies. That one was edited. And
So it's two different copy books. One was edited, one is legit. According to him and his lawyer, who he might be dealing with. Because some of these OGs, they be dealing with their female lawyer, say, hey, look, I'm gonna take care of your lifestyle, even though she's making money on the side. It be going on with some of these OGs. They be sliding in these lawyers and getting it on with them. Let's continue.
we have the copy.
So you're saying that the other copy was an actual real copy, even though the family said it wasn't.
A derivative work.
Just edit. The only way the family say that is because I forgot his name. Albie Shore.
Yeah.
Yeah. And besides that, how they know? A lot of stuff their mother did, they didn't know. And I like to say apologize to the mother and the family for the picture being in front of it.
Right.
I didn't put it.
Yeah, the photo is out there. Y'all know the photo of everybody laying on the bed. I believe Tupac is in that as well. Because Gene talked about how Tupac and Puff, they used to do sharing women and stuff like that. Actually, Tupac put him on to women. Matter of fact, even Tupac put Biggie onto women. You know what I'm saying? Because Biggie did some questionable things. He talked about questionable things in his music. Everybody knows that. I know some of you are a fan of Biggie. At the same time, he said some questionable things. He has certain people on there that were not who you think they are. Everything's coming out. That's why you can't go by what you see until you be there in person. Okay? Let's continue.
Right.
So, they got to worry about bigger things.
Right.
Than what her diary was. You understand?
Right.
They should have started worrying when he was beating her.
Right.
When you start worrying about your mother. After the fact.
Right. So the book Do you think that now? Do you think it would like be open to the public, or after this, or
that'll be the next thing?
It'll be open up to the public sometime late 2025. How you know that, Rollo? Just observe it. Because normally what these entities do, they speak on it and it comes to existence next year. The thing is, you got to read between the lines. You take the good with the sauce. Y'all get the drift. Let's continue.
Then contracted to go to Amazon and work out whatever legalities that.
Hey, Amazon. Listen, Amazon's going to be number one soon. If not, Amazon's going to be the number one delivery package. It's neck and neck with UPS. Shout out to FedEx. Shout out to DHL. Shout out to USPS. It's just that Amazon is they're on a whole different level. Like they're going to start, like if any of you working at Amazon, you working in the warehouse, expect to see a 25-30% increase. You're going to be starting making 25-30 around next year. You know, I talk to certain people in certain environments. That's all I got to say. So keep doing your thing. Salute to Amazon. Salute to the fellas and ladies in Amazon. Salute to y'all in UPS getting that 6-figure salary. You know, y'all work your butt off and y'all deal with a lot of people and a lot of energies and a lot of entities. So salute to y'all. Salute to you fellas and ladies. Some of y'all be on point. Fellas, do not deal with the ladies at Amazon. Behave yourself. I know some of them be looking fine. If you're trying to get with somebody in the workplace, have some type of agreement. So if anything goes down, it won't be no messing with her money or she messing with your money if it don't work out. If you want to learn how to do that, get at me on Rollo904 Instagram. If you have any questions, if you're thinking about dealing with somebody on the workplace. All right, let's continue.
They have existed prior, so that we can republish the book.
wow? So the public will get to see her actual words and thoughts.
So very similar, the actual unedited version.
So I mean, I'm wondering, do you own the rights, I guess, or how does that work?
It's on right. Just give it to me, right?
Okay. Possession is not with the law.
All right. So Doe Eyes TV, you have permission, and I will definitely be tuning in. I am subscribed to your channel, just to let you know. I've already been subscribed to your channel. I know you had on Brainwaves. You had a couple of other people on. I've been watching your channel. You know, you come on different times because there's a lot of people I try to catch up to. So I've definitely been subscribed to your channel when Brainwaves and you had that conversation. All right. So if you want to come on, you are welcome to come on the panel. And you do have permission to use my video. Absolutely. Let me do this. I'm going to put the link in the chat. Hold on one second. What's going on? Hold on one second. What's going on with my thing? Why I can't put the link in there? My computer's acting weird. All right, the link is in the chat. If you want to come on Doe's Eyes TV, you can come on the platform. I appreciate you sending me a cash app. I appreciate you sending me a cash app. Rissa Yisrael, thank you for sending me a cash app. I appreciate that. Thank you so much. Thank you for the support. So I want Doe Eye TV. If you're not busy, unless you at work, you know, handling your business, handling your scheduling with your clients, I fully understand and understand. She says the eyes are the window to the soul. Absolutely. You're absolutely right. So let me tell you what's going to go down, y'all. What I'm seeing happening is that D Dowell, if I'm mentioning D Dowell, that means he's going down. He's going down too for me to mention him. Hold on, let me bring her on. How you doing? Oh, what's going on? Rissa, if you try to come back on, I don't know why I'm mentioning D Dow. That means he's going down soon. That means I have to look into what's going on for me to mention him. So getting back to it, if somebody come on, I'll definitely bring them on. P. Diddy, he's going to tell on a lot of people. And what's going to happen is it's going to affect political, it's going to affect people in certain parts of the world, and it's going to affect men and women who have been doing a lot of horrendous situations to the point that the taxpayer will not be able to do all these cases. So that's why if you heard, if you're an officer, I know y'all can't talk about certain things. I'm going to say this, as you are an officer, salute to the police officers. My suggestion, if I were you, I would look into getting into other policing if possible, because from what I'm hearing, they're already starting to remove certain police officers and putting in people from other countries to be the ones to govern the citizens. And they want to have y'all doing something else. So there's going to be a lot of changes for people in particular. So just keep your eyes out on where the money's going, where it's coming from, and see these people that thought they was going to have the day of disrespecting the Most High, disrespecting Christ, disrespecting the truth, are now having a hell day to the point that their constituents can't do nothing about it. And this is the reason why they're trying to push certain agendas behind the Diddy situation, behind the Trump and Carmelo situation, and the list goes on. It's bigger than us, and we got to keep our foot on the reality and stick together to the best of our ability, because they're trying to separate us with this distraction, that distraction. However, they distracted and upset that they can't pull the wool over many people's heads, particularly you daughters of Zion, who have been disrespected by the men and by other entities for a long time. And the Most High have heard your cry, and you're getting your just due, you're getting your judgment. You're seeing a lot of men fall, and it's going to get to the point. I know many of you don't believe in sharing a man. You want to have a man to yourself. Respectfully, it's going to get to a point you're going to have to make a decision. Some of you already got some guys on your mind. So in the meantime, keep doing your thing. I'm going to put the link one more time. Because see, these entities don't deserve to have usurp authority over the people that gets what's going on. You get what I'm saying? So that's pretty much about it. If we get somebody to come on, we'll continue the conversation. I will definitely be talking about this when more information come out. I appreciate those who support it, liking the video, sharing the video. 1 second, let me see something. Let me see if it's another video that came out. 1 second. It could be one more. Okay, did y'all know that Ray J was dealing with Diddy's sons. All right, let's listen to what TMZ say. Listen to this, y'all. Fair use, fair use, fair use, fair use. We got to hear this clip. Listen.
It kind of ensued at the end of the party when we were trying to exit the building, actually. I honestly just saw like Christian, Justin, Quincy kind of start circling Ray a little bit. Words were exchanged. Things started getting heated as we went into the parking garage. You know, felt like chests were being bumped. Ray had a backpack, and from the last situation we were outside with the zoo stuff, he went around and tried to go grab his backpack, and he had this satchel on. So I'm like, does he have a blower in there? Like, I don't want it to really like get to this level. So out of nowhere, Chris Brown hops out the car like a freaking leprechaun out of the magically delicious sky, and like honestly, he.
What? Can y'all hear what her dialect is? Can you ladies help me out with her dialect? I'm trying to figure out her dialect. I get it. She's talking in street code. I kind of know street code. She's all over the place. She's being dramatic and over exaggerated. Can y'all help me out? Any of you fellas can relate to her coded message. I do know in a sense. I'm not being naive. It's kind of like she's doing theatrics for the most part with this situation. Let's rewind the video. She's doing too much theatrics. This DoorDash effect is crazy. Let's go.
It kind of ensued at the end of the party when we were trying to exit the building, actually. I honestly just saw like Christian, Justin, Quincy kind of start circling Ray a little bit. Words were exchanged. Things started getting heated as we went into the parking garage. You know, felt like chests were being bumped. Ray had a backpack, and from the last situation we were outside with the zoo stuff, he went around and tried to go grab his backpack, and he had this satchel on. So I'm like, does he have a blower in there? Like, I don't want it to really like get to this level. So I don't know.
A blower? Okay, that must be, carrying something. All right.
Where Chris Brown hops out the car like a freaking leprechaun out of the magically delicious sky, and like honestly, he started breaking.
She lusting after Chris Brown, of course. She calling him magic. What? Delivery or delicious? Pause. She has an obsession over Chris Brown, even though she's supposed to be with Ray J. Hazel E. Is Hazel E with Ray J? Let me know in the comment section or in the live chat. I'm not sure if she's down with Ray J, his alleged lady, his handler. Let's continue.
I tried to talk to Quincy, Christian, get their stance on it, and let them know that this wasn't the time and the place. I understand emotions are high. Yeah. I understand what they're going through, but for the betterment, everybody getting in a better space, I pray that all parties can resolve things equally.
So from what you've seen, did things ever exactly get physical, or was it just words exchanged? Was there any, fist thrown or?
It definitely was like a chest bump, push back, pull up the pants kind of vibe. But the way Chris came out and just I swear he took Justin and Christian at the same time and just got both of them. I grabbed Quincy. The other security start, his manager David, their security, they grabbed Ray. So it was like before actually like things all the way ensued. We had a couple angles by our side.
So do you think that had Chris Brown not been there, that the situation could have gotten, worse? Or you were worried about, shots being fired?
Yes, absolutely.
So Chris Brown to the rescue, according to Hazel E. And I believe Chris Brown has a court case too. I have to look into it. I'm going to say allegedly. Anyway, let's hear what's going on.
I feel like if Chris wasn't like the bigger voice of reason in that moment, I don't think anything that any of us were saying would have toned the situation down. So honestly, Chris really did help the situation. I don't know when Chris became the big homie. You know what I'm saying? Well, after we're just trying to get Ray to calm down. So at this point, he feels like he got pressed. He got pressed by the Combs kids, and he's like, you know, a grown man, OG from LA. He feels like they in his city. You know what I'm saying? So his emotions were definitely high, running rampant. You know, we try to get him in the sprinter. David, Amber, and I try to like continue to press him down because where he was at, it still probably would have kept going had
David being Ray J's manager and Amber Rose.
Yeah, David Weintraub. That's
She got a lot to say. Hazel E got a lot to say. Hazel E reminds me of, how can I say? She reminds me, I'm trying to, don't mind me, I'm looking at the phone. She reminds me of a little version of Little Kim. Yeah, a little version of Little Kim when Kim was, you know, young at the time. She reminds me of her a little bit, you know. Anyway, let's continue.
Ray J's manager, Amber Rose. Yeah, we try to grab him in our sprinter, you know, and try to get him up out of there because, you know, where he was going in his mind, this wasn't gonna like be a good night. So
all the entities are fighting. All right, y'all. That's pretty much about it. Hey, appreciate y'all tuning in to the show. Carmel, Kimmy Kim, Those Eyes TV, Rich Yesraela, Forever Studio, Goten. Goten, you did very well yesterday on Selena. You did very well. Very good, man. Very good. Just wanted to say that to you if you're still tuning in. All right, let me see who else is in the building. Hold on, let me look at my phone. All right, we got JD Mosley. What's going on, JD Mosley? Yeah, remember in the house, Corey Bennett. Remember in the house, Lady D Davis. Thank y'all all for tuning in to the show. I will be talking about DoorDash and Epic later on today. I see you over by Brainwaves. Anywhere he'll start between 4 and 4:30. You know, the man is busy. No later than 4:45. If Ringo comes on, I'll see you over there because I know he's busy. So look, I'm going to be doing some shorts. Make sure y'all go check out. Let me put her link in the chat. Those Eyes TV link in the chat. Hold on. Give me 1 second. Let me go to her channel because I know the Moss is busy. The Moss is busy right now. Let me put her link in the channel. She's actually on live right now as we speak. Okay, hold on 1 second. Let me put a link in the chat. So if y'all watching me, y'all go over by Those Eyes TV. Let's go over this. See what she's talking about. That's her channel. So go check it out. Forever Studio, if you're still in the building, make sure you put your link in the chat. If you have a wrench and you have a channel, you want people to know about your channel, you know, put your link in there, y'all, when you get time. You can also put it in the comment section. I could do it too, but I don't mind you putting your link in the comment section too. You're tuned into Floridian Rollo. I'm your host, Floridian Rollo. I'm going to go check out Those Eyes TV. Thank y'all for all tuning in. Thank y'all for liking and sharing the video. And just be mindful because 2025, a lot of people is going down. And it's going to start in New York. It's going to go to Chicago. It's going to go to LA. And the list goes on. Excuse me. So get ready. It's about to be a doozy. I'm signing off. Y'all take it easy. And I